Overview of environmental laws in India. Constitutional provisions. Article 48. It directs the state to protect and improve the environment and to safeguard forests and wildlife. Article 51, A, Clause G, imposes a duty on every citizen to protect and improve the natural environment, including forests, lakes, rivers, and wildlife, and to have compassion for living creatures. Key environmental legislation. Wildlife Protection Act, 1972, amended in 1991. The objective is to protect wildlife and their habitats. Key provisions include the establishment of wildlife sanctuaries and national parks, regulation of hunting, and protection of endangered species. The Forest Conservation Act of 1980 was enacted with a clear objective to prevent deforestation and conserve forest resources. One of the key provisions of this act is that it restricts the use of forest land for non-forest purposes without prior approval from the central government. The Indian Forest Act, revised in 1982, aims to consolidate the law related to forests, the transit of forest produce, and the duty leviable on timber and other forest produce. A significant aspect of this act is the classification of forests into reserved forests, protected forests, and village forests. The Biological Diversity Act of 2002 was introduced to promote the conservation of biological diversity and ensure the sustainable use of its components. Among its key provisions is the establishment of the National Biodiversity Authority, or NBA, and State Biodiversity Boards, known as SBBs. The Water, Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1974, amended in 1988, along with the rules of 1975, aims to prevent and control water pollution and maintain or restore the wholesomeness of water. Key provisions include the establishment of central and state pollution control boards. The Air, Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1981, amended in 1987, and the rules of 1982 focus on preventing, controlling, and abating air pollution. Key provisions include the establishment of central and state pollution control boards and the regulation of air pollutants from industrial plants. The Environmental Protection Act 1986 and the rules of the same year provide for the protection and improvement of the environment. The central government is given the authority to take measures to protect and improve environmental quality. The Motor Vehicle Act 1988. Its objective is to regulate all aspects of road transport vehicles. It includes measures to control vehicular pollution. Hazardous and Other Waste, Management and Transboundary Movement. Rules, 2016. The objective here is to regulate the management, handling, and transboundary movement of hazardous and other wastes. Key provisions include the treatment, storage, and disposal of hazardous wastes. Plastic Waste Management Rules, 2016. The objective is to regulate the manufacture, sale, and use of plastic. Key provisions include the responsibility of waste generators, producers, importers, and brand owners for plastic waste management. Biomedical Waste Management Rules, 2016. The objective here is to manage biomedical waste in a scientific and sustainable manner. Key provisions include the segregation, collection, treatment, and disposal of biomedical waste. Solid Waste Management Rules, 2016. The objective is to regulate the management of solid waste. Key provisions outline the responsibilities of local bodies, waste generators, and other entities in waste management. E-Waste Management Rules, 2016. The objective is to regulate the management and disposal of electronic waste. Key provisions include extended producer responsibility, collection centers, recycling, and safe disposal. Construction and Demolition Waste Management Rules, 2016. The objective here is to manage waste generated from construction and demolition activities. Key provisions include segregation, collection, transportation, and disposal of such waste. Manufacture, storage, and import of hazardous chemical amendment. Rules, 2000. The objective is to regulate the manufacture, storage, and import of hazardous chemicals. Key provisions cover safety measures, emergency plans, and information dissemination. Batteries, management and handling. Rules, 2010 with amendments. The objective is to manage the handling and disposal of lead-acid batteries. Key provisions outline the responsibilities of manufacturers, importers, assemblers, reconditioners, and recyclers. Public Liability Insurance Act, 1991 and Rules. 91. The objective of this act is to provide immediate relief to persons affected by accidents involving hazardous substances. One of the key provisions includes mandatory insurance for entities handling hazardous substances. Noise pollution, regulation and control. Rules, 2000. The primary objective here is to regulate and control noise pollution. Key provisions include prescribed ambient air quality standards in respect of noise and the prohibition on the use of loudspeakers and sound-emitting construction equipment in residential areas. Coastal Regulation Zones, CRZ, 1991, amended from time to time. The objective of this regulation is to protect coastal areas from developmental activities. Key provisions involve the regulation of activities and land use in the designated coastal zones. These laws collectively aim to safeguard and manage India's natural resources, ensuring sustainable development and environmental conservation.